Hey Legionnaires and welcome back. We're here with more 1212 AD action for you today, and we have the 1204 siege of Constantinople. The Crusaders have betrayed Christendom and are now attacking the Roman Empire itself. They are attacking the Byzantine Empire and the capital, no less. They are attacking Constantinople, and in history this was obviously a victory for the Crusaders. They go on to take Constantinople and they sack it, and they put their own emperor in charge. They form the Latin Empire. The Byzantines obviously become the Empire of Nicaea, Empire of Trebizond, and the Empire of Epirus. And that's obviously how 1212 starts. You start in that period. It's just after the Fourth Crusade, and the Crusaders having crushed Constantinople and made its own empire. That's where you start in 1212 AD, basically. So yeah, we are doing the first siege that kind of sets up the world and the geography that we are in. And we have obviously the Crusaders here today. They're being represented. We have the Swiss. We have the French. We have the Flemish. We have Flanders, and I also believe we have Venice as well, coming as a reinforcement army. Because in the siege of Constantinople, there isn't really actually an actual battle. They kind of just have a siege. There's a bit of a sally out, but there's no actual engagement in the sally out. So we're obviously changing history and having a sally out with actual some fighting going on. So we have, as you can see here, two Byzantine armies sallying out against the French and the Flemish. There is a third Byzantine army that is staying within, and there is the Venetians over here. They are waiting to come in as reinforcements. So yes, the strengths of the Byzantines here are they have more cav, but it is lighter cav, more light and medium cav. The Crusaders have the more heavily armored knight sort of units here. We actually have some light skirmisher cav coming in here, harassing. But yeah, so it is a really fun battle. This one, it was a really cool scenario to do. Something like a bit more of a what if there was a battle more than like in history. Obviously, like I said, there's just a siege. So this is more of a what if they had a fight, who would win. But we do have Scooter Toy here, and we also have Menelova that are engaged here. So this will be an interesting matchup here against the Flemish Knights. Over on this side as well, we have... Oh, gosh, camera getting a little bit excited. Over on this side... Oh, my gosh, move. Over on this side, we have cavalry charging in here. We have French Chevaliers actually charging in, breaking these Scooter Toy swords, really easily breaking them. Really nicely done. No support over here by the Byzantines with a cav. Not being able to support... They have most of their cav over on my flank, harassing my army there, trying to make one massive cavalry push, then splitting it all up. So yeah, this is actually kind of costing the Byzantines, because they are losing a lot of Scooter Toy really early on here. Though my pikes are feeling a lot of pressure in the middle here. Baker's Guildsmen getting involved and getting harassed. We have Flemish Knights here. They're now engaging. They're doing their bit. Yes, if you're enjoying seeing the historical scenarios of 1212 on the channel and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe from your end here, and a comment to show your support. It always does really help out the channel. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. As you just carry on with the likes, the subs, the comments, it really, really does mean a lot. And yeah, just thank you guys a lot. We have actually some Varangian Guard here going. We have the Anglo-Varangioi, as they are now known, or the Anglo-Varangioi. Yeah, these are the early Varangian Guards, and they look badass with their massive double-handed axes. Do love that look. But yeah, they're going against knights. I mean, even though these are medium melee infantry, they are probably going to get cut through by this heavy shock cav. We have a medium hybrid shock cav, which is always a cool unit to see. You don't often see them get involved. We have the Vada de Toy here as well, heavy melee infantry unit. Certainly the Byzantines have the heavier infantry in things like the Anglo-Varangians and also the Vada de Toy. They are certainly going to be able to show their influence. And I mean, they're just facing basic spear sergeants here. These guys are just not much far off militia, to be honest. But we have cav in the back lines here, taking out my crossbows. We have also sent in our own knights and trying to stop them. We also have my general back here also with shock infantry trying to tie down this Prononoi here, which is a heavy cav unit. It's kind of a bit of a throwaway of one of the few heavy cav units that the Byzantines have. Hopefully they can do their bit though and just kill these guys. I mean, the shock infantry in here supporting as well would be very, very helpful. We're having actually Venice has got cav over here as well. He's rear charging. So Venice actually has brought a few elements into the battle already. He's got some cavalry scouting ahead, and they've seen that the Crusaders are in need of help, and they are on the move. But yeah, as you can see here, this left flank being broken entirely really by the French. They've done a really good job here clearing these up. We've got a general here who's now engaged. We also have some cavalry over here that are trying to aid their general. Since it's 1204 as well, if you hadn't already guessed, everything is tier 1. So you won't see any like plate armored units here. We have actually cav flying on in here. I think they're trying to take out these Javis that are trying to come up to support some Guz Malloy. Yeah, we've got the cavalry. They need to get in there. They need to try and get that general out as well. But it's not looking good on this flank for the Byzantines at all. They got, what we've got here, Scutatoy Spears getting engaged. They do look amazing though, do the Byzantines. I plan next to do another Siege of Constantinople, and yes, you may have guessed it, it will be the 1453 Siege of Constantinople. The Ottomans taking on the Byzantines, and in history, it's the last hurrah of the Byzantine Empire, and it is their fall finally. But we will see whether that will happen again. So if you want to see that one, make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out for that one. That is certainly going to be a fun siege. I'm really looking forward to that one. Should be doing that one like the scenario next week, so, and the video should come out at the end of the next week, so probably like in a week's time we will have another Siege of Constantinople out. So if you want to see that one, make sure you stick around for that. So yes, we've got Messigatoy here. They're going to be medium hybrid shock cav. They're being routed. My general coming in here, routing some more cav, but the general has died. I believe that's the general over here. He was in a little bit of trouble with the French cav and shock infantry, so that's going to do all sorts of havoc to the morale. And we've got a general here as well engaged. He's engaged. Who's he engaged with? That Venetian cav here. I mean, the Venetian cav, I think, is heavy, actually. It is heavy cav, so this is a good matchup. But there's so much going on in this forest. And we've got Vada de Toy down here. These guys still battling on. Trying to do their bit. And the cav down here generally is just, yeah, trying to just mop up. At the moment, as you can see here, the flank is looking quite good. My cav has all come out of it alive and relatively healthy, some of it. And we're going to be able to hammer an anvil now. The center is still not looking great. I've had some French polearms, some Swiss-provided polearms for the French. They have come in and actually taken my lines because my pikes are starting to suffer. And I'm actually still losing in the infantry fight over here as well. Anglo-Vranjoy still cleaning up my infantry. They are getting insane amounts of kills. Yeah, once we've like dealt with the Saliao, which it looks like we are going to do now, as you can see, I have necks coming into the back of the Anglo-Vranjoy here, and that's causing them to lose slightly. But yeah, once we cleaned up this fight out here, we then have to fight the Byzantines for the walls. So this is an entirely another challenge. I mean, we do have siege towers ready to go, as you can see here, but they have things like Toxite. They have some like crossbows. They have Vigila, which are they have more like garrison troops here. They have like Vigila inside. They have mercenary Anatolians. They do have more pikes though, and Scutatoy, and another general, and I think they have one unit of cav as well. So they do have more troops in here, and they also have the Greek fire throwers. They could rack up 300 to 400 kills if used correctly. So we'll see if they can be used correctly. But yeah, there is a whole nother challenge for us to get through after we've beaten this. I mean, our armies are going to come out of this pretty beaten up. The French and the Flemish ones. That is what the Venetians' task is to do, is to assault the walls and take Constantinople for the Catholic world. Take it away from the Orthodox. As you can see here, these Anglo-Vranjoy still cleaning up. I mean, what they're routing here, Scutatoy Spears, these guys are really healthy as well. 124 being routed. I mean, they're fighting Scutatoy Swords here, Spears, sorry. Fighting the not Anglo-Vranjoy. They're not fighting Anglo-Vranjoy. They're fighting my Brabazonian, like, shock infantry here. These guys, yeah, easy to clean up the Spears. They don't have a challenge. Shock infantry versus Spears. I mean, my shock infantry is not that great, but it's good enough that it can cut through a few shields, do some damage. Pikes over here starting to get broken. They were light pikes, but also I was managing to get a little bit of a flank on them here, as you can see. So yeah, we're doing a bit of damage. I'm seeing my cabbage mopping up Javis. The Vada de Toy is still alive. I didn't actually realize in the battle, I don't think, that this was a Vada de Toy like unit. But yeah, Venice is now slowly just arriving. I mean, I don't think he's going to really get involved in the fight with his army. He's just going to let us mop up. He's got one cav unit over here that's like supporting, and that's it. But yeah, so yeah, it seems as though we're going to win this one in the field, and it's now the walls of Constantinople that must hold back the Crusaders. If they can do that, then I mean, I'll be pretty impressed. I mean, what are the numbers looking like? 2,600 against 4,800. Not too hard, to be honest. I mean, it's just a straight wall. It's pretty... You know where the enemy's coming from. They're coming from straight ahead. The walls of Constantinople aren't the easiest exactly to assault. They are usually kind of, like you can see here, it's a bit bitty. Like, there's bits of the wall that you can't land on. So, it, again, makes it a bit easier. Also, it's not the entire wall he's got to defend. It's kind of like from this tower down, because we have no siege towers or any armies over here. So... you know what? You can back the Byzantines. They've got some pretty good troops. They've got a good chance. Could go either way. This one still. I mean, I'd like to see them win it. They're kind of a bit of an underdog now. Scoot Spear's winning, losing. Sorry, here and being broken. But yeah, they are a bit of an underdog, and also see history change. Why not? Like, who doesn't want to see history change? But there you go. Yeah, I mean, we've come out with some pretty nasty losses. My infantry's looking pretty thin on the ground. We've got a lot of dead over here. A lot of them also being my Baker Guildsmen, those pikes. I mean, I still got a few of these guys, but yeah. I mean, over here as well, it was looking really messy. Lots of dead horses and men. A lot of dead horsemen. There's been a lot of carry fights in this forest here. But yep, so it is now down to the Crusaders to assault the walls and to get on with that. So we'll just fast forward a little bit, because it's going to take a little bit of time for these guys to get onto towers and to organize. But yes, I hope you guys are enjoying the siege. I certainly am. It's certainly a fun one. It was a really fun scenario to do, and if you want to get involved in some scenarios, feel free to join the Discord. The link is down below in the description. If you haven't joined already, feel free to do so. We have a great community forum, and we've got loads of like people there that are like very interactive, want to help you out, whether it's Total War, or whether it's any other strategy game. They want to try and help you out if you're struggling with something, or they just want to like have some games and have a laugh and maybe make some great replays that may then feature on the channel. And if you want to just send in your own like 12-12 scenarios, you've like been hard at work making some great scenarios. Maybe it's like Agincourt, or maybe you've done the 1204 siege of Constantinople. Feel free to send in your replays as well on the server as well. If you want to just join to send in that, they may then feature on the channel if I think they're up to the level, or if I just really like you. Maybe I'll just put your replay on for that reason. But yes, so anyway, we'll see. Looks like we've got Axe Sergeants coming up first. We've got dismounted French Chevaliers. These are really good heavy melee infantry units. Yeah, lots of French Chevaliers actually. They are pretty banged up though, a lot of these units. I mean, yeah, it looks like I'm going to be sending up my like shock infantry. I've got my Necks in, dismounted Necks, which are basically just like a knight unit as well. But they are only medium compared to the dismounted Chevaliers. But yeah, lots of swords going up and they're getting ready. I mean, it looks like the flamethrowers are being held in reserve at the moment. I mean, it's probably the smartest thing to do. You don't want them to be shot down from, like, archers and stuff like that. But, yeah, they are just being on reserve. I mean, crossbows, yeah, kind of difficult to use the crossbows from the ground, like, up. They're probably better on walls. Like, they're certainly better mounted, but they've got a pretty decent angle here. They could fire anything onto this wall and support that. I'd certainly prefer bows, which he has got some toxicity. But yeah, we will see. It does seem now as like his catapult will be ready to get into action as well. Bastion catapult here. We'll have to do some damage, hopefully. But yeah, so we will see anyway. We'll just keep fast forwarding it. It's just taking a little bit of time. I don't think it's really worth a cut. But it's just, they are now moving. As you can see, the towers are on the way. But yes. I mean, watching this replay, I don't know why, because it's not a Crusades battle, but just seeing the towers like come forward in this medieval siege, really making me want to watch Kingdom of Heaven, to be fair, which is, in my opinion, one of the great medieval movies. I mean, there's some other ones out there, I'm sure, that others will be like, yeah, that's a great movie, you should watch that one, Pope, or nah, this one's better than Kingdom of Heaven. But Kingdom of Heaven, it's got to be up there as like one of the must-watch medieval sieges, or like siege. Well, just medieval movies. Doesn't even need to have a siege in it, but just it's got to be up there. But yeah, let's have a look anyway. Let's have a quick look and see what Venice has brought to the table while we're waiting for the armies to come forward. So Ennis here has got some escutia, escustate or something like that. I don't know. I'm definitely butchering that name. All I keep thinking of though when I keep saying it is just like they're just excusing themselves. They look really cool. I do like them. They kind of look like a bit like a Pavis spear unit, but they are heavy spears actually. So they're gonna be a tough unit to kill, even though it's a spear unit. They're heavy. Like the majority of like Byzantine units are light or medium in here. I mean, they've got a few heavy units, and they also have some Anglo-Varanjo of their own back here. So they're gonna be tough. But yeah, like heavy spears. Most of my army's been mediums. France has kind of had a lot of heavies, but actually, yeah, Venice has a lot of heavy infantry. You've got these Umini de Arm units here. These guys also look pretty nasty. They look very good. I mean, he's got some cav as well. French Chevaliers, Roy de France. Okay, that's all French stuff there. They do have the Doge's bodyguard back here. He's in the Venetian colors of red and yellow. Look at him. There he is, the Doge. You look nothing like the dog. And then what else we got? We got, yeah, spears, archers. We got some pole arms, which would be handy. Pole arms, always good in a siege. Always pretty good for either just soaking up ammo, or just for actually getting you through a choke point, because they've got pikes, you got to remember, the Byzantines. So, I mean, they could be pretty handy. They are medium pole arms, so they have better armor, but they don't have the range that, say, the pikes have. They have 2 of those. I think most of us have pole arms. I actually was the only one to have pikes. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they can do. They have no shock infantry by the looks of it. So, yeah, I think France is providing most of that, apart from, I think I have like a slither of it left. But we'll just fast forward. But yeah, so it seems like they got some pretty good units. I have the Venetians. And they actually got an artillery piece as well, which is the most important thing. They have an artillery piece. So this has the potential to open up a breach. And I think I asked for a breach here in this part of the wall, because it's like the largest part of the wall that's kind of going. I mean, I guess they could put one here as well. But yeah, so I was like, put a hole in the wall there. And then once we put a hole in the wall there, we can just stream through our cav. Because we still have plenty of cav. Like, we still have healthy Venetian cav. We still have healthy Flemish and French cav. We can just rush that through. We can just hammer and anvil a bunch of stuff. And also it means that we can just rush for the cap point if we wanted to. If we're that desperate, we can just rush for the cap point. We can go and capture it. And we can that will draw Byzantine troops away from the walls to stop the cavalry there. So, yeah, we've got a few plans in place. But it seems as though the first wave of attackers is going to be met by some Vigilar on the wall over here. And also looks like some mercenary Anatolians and Scutadoi swords. So this will be interesting, that's for sure. If I was a Crusader right now, I would be slightly worried. I mean, I feel like you would be as a... just generally as a Byzantine, like just a soldier or like even a citizen. You're just seeing like this army of hardened Crusaders come in and try and take your city. And all they want is gold. They just want to be paid. I mean, they're also going to put in like another emperor on the throne, but I mean, I don't think to the average citizen it doesn't really matter who's on the throne. But here we go. Anglo-Vranjoi actually coming straight onto the wall. The Vigilar have been sent off the wall, and the Anglo-Vranjoi are now on the wall. And these guys are probably going to rip through this sword infantry unit. I mean, shock infantry on the wall just will. They're in a close confined space. I mean, I'm surprised in, yeah, the close confined space they have enough room to swing their axe, but they're currently taking on 3 sword units. And I know it's a... I was going to say, I don't think a shock infantry could do that, but this is the Varangian Guard. They can do anything. We've got some mercenary Anatolians here. These guys just... They're light swords. I don't think my necks are going to have too much of an issue with them. Unless, yeah, they are getting shot by arrows. Maybe they will have a problem. Got some crossbows back there. They're firing onto them. That could actually raise shots by the crossbows. That can maybe even up the fight. We'll see. They are looking glorious, these boys. They're looking glorious. I've got my necks over here. These guys are going Scutadoi. This is a bit of a more even fight, and it probably is in favor of the Byzantines, because it always is in a wall battle. If you're the attacker, you can't get all your force onto the walls. While as the defender, you already have all your unit on the walls ready to go. So yeah, as an attacker, you're kind of on the up. It's always uphill. We've got some spear routiers here. It's just a medium spear unit. This was a landing on the wall here. Just piling in the infantry. Already look at this. Anglo-Vranjoi barely been here a minute, and they've killed a wavering 2 sword units here already. That's huge. I mean, it probably helps with the towers as well. Fire morale, like fire projectiles doing damage to morale, but still, it's huge. We are trying to destroy the wall here, but we're only at 6%, so it's going to be a little while. Yes, it's a sad time was the 1204 siege of Constantinople because, I mean, the Byzantine Empire was under decline anyway. Always had been since like the fall of Egypt. But this was like the final nail in the coffin, really. Constantinople falling to a foreign force, and then the empire breaking up for about a decade, a bit more probably than a decade. But yeah, no, it's just and then obviously it never recovers all its like territory like after that, really. Like it's just never the same. And it's then the Turks come in and just pick them off one by one. Mercenary Anatolian infantry here, losing, no surprise there, losing decisively against medium melee infantry. I mean, on this side it's more even, like I said, so they probably should do fine there. Anglo-Vranjoy has routed swords, so they're now actually sending up the spear routiers onto this side. They really want to just put as many blades against the Anglo-Vranjoy as possible, and we're now actually facing the routiers. They're going to try and take these guys on. I mean, shock infantry versus spears. It's an easy win. It's an easy win. But yeah, not seeing really too much in the way of movement. I was expecting to see like maybe some archers maybe come up and actually shoot these shock infantry. Actually do some damage. Actually think more towers land on the wall. Don't think there's any more space for towers. We've got Sergeant at Arms coming. They're a fairly elite. They're probably the best sword unit available to France at this time. How's the destruction of the wall going? I mean, the Theodosian walls are pretty strong. 46% damage. It's doing alright. I mean, it probably depends on accuracy. Like, the closer you are, probably the better the shots land. And that means the less ammo needed. But, yeah, they're doing okay. I mean, they're also killing some Vigila that, as the shots overshoot and they hit these Vigila. So, that's never a bad idea. It's never a bad thing killing some Byzantines. But what are the numbers looking like now? Just under 2,000 defenders against 4,300 attackers. Odds still not looking good, about 2 to 1. I mean, they're good odds for the Varangians, but I don't know about everyone else. Bit of a shame that the Varangians are kind of limited. Like, you can only bring one Varangian unit now in a Byzantine army. I mean, you could bring one early. Only one early, like in an army, but you could bring, say, like one early, one high and one late, and then you'd have your three your three shock. That's like the rules we usually use in like a siege battle. But I guess for your money you're getting a really good shock infantry unit. You're getting a really, really good one. These guys kill like 200, 300 men. I mean, usually, unless they get charged by cavalry or something like that, then they're probably not going to. They're probably going to kill 2 or 3 at tops then. Yeah, the spear routiers, as expected, though, are losing. And we're now seeing some movement out here by Venice. Venice is moving swords over here. I think we did say Venice, go and like mount some towers and go and land on these walls here, and attack like the Anatolians and the destroy, because they have heavy infantry. They could probably beat both those units. And once they like, and it's just another area to like pin down infantry. Like then the pikes have to stay here, the spears possibly have to stay here. It then means that if we can actually break through over here against the shock infantry and everything else that's on the wall, we might stand a chance. But like I said, the defenders have the advantage at the moment, and they're cutting down a lot of our troops. It actually is very costly. It always is assaulting a city. If it's done well anyway, if the defense is done well, it should be costly. These Anatolians, I mean, yeah, they are mercs, but they're doing a pretty good job. Clearly they want their money. It's a shame they're only light infantry. How is the wall looking? The wall is 86%. I think maybe 2 more volleys and they might be able to do it. I mean, this is not looking good for ammo. They are looking short. 92, 95, 98. Yeah, literally 1 more shot. Just auto fire and hit this thing. But yeah, we're seeing archer fire now like come in, and they are like focusing on the swords. It's not a good sign. They're actually causing the swords to lose combat. But I'm going to stick around and see the wall collapse. See the Theodosian walls collapse for the first time. Oh, it missed. That one's going to hit, though. And there you go. The Theodosian walls are down. And now the cavalry is getting ready. You can see the Flemish knights getting ready. But there is pikes ready to come up. These light pikes here. Even if they're only light pikes, that's enough to spear all that cavalry and kill it. So we're going to have to bring in some archers, maybe some crossbows, and focus those guys down. But yeah, so that's unfortunate. We can't open up another breach to use the other pike unit because the cavalry's so low on ammo. If it's an artillery piece, we'd be like, yes, you can get it. We can get in because the artillery does not take as many shots to destroy a wall. Sergeant at Arms now on the wall. Take on the scooter toy. I mean, they are a fresh unit. That's always a good thing. And they are the same, like, strength. Yeah, my shock infantry's losing, actually, at the moment. If we can just kill one of these units, we can then get archers on the wall and we can just focus the pikes down and kill them. Anglo Varanjoy over here still don't care that they're being surrounded and that the odds are against them. They're like, yeah, this is fine. Absolute dream for us. They do look good though. They're very bright looking. Yeah, here we go. So now Venice is coming forward with his towers. He's taking his time, but he's coming forward. We actually have some Spadaccini here. These are mediums. Oh yeah, okay, they have a mix of infantry then. We've got some axe sergeants coming forward as well. These are fairly healthy, but yeah, it looks like they're gonna make a new offensive, a joint Franco and Venetian alliance, or assault on this side. So that'll be interesting, that is for sure. That will be interesting. See lots of archers as well move up. I think these are all to try and take out those pikes. But the pikes have also got protection, I think because they already have read our minds. Yeah, they have vigilant protection. These guys are going to be a pain. Even though they're light spears, it's going to be a pain to stop, to get through their shields and hit the pikes. Also, the problem is that our crossbow sergeants as well just don't get a great angle. I need to get them on the wall here, but for some reason, as you'll see later on, pathfinding was just a pain, and the crossbows didn't want to get on this like little bit of wall. I didn't care if they couldn't get off. I just wanted them on it so I could focus down the pikes. Maybe that's what the game was like complaining about, which is like, you can't do this. We can't like finish the battle. You can't get yourself stuck in a position where that is your last unit. Sergeant Arms though doing pretty well. I mean they are winning. And they're doing a good. They're winning and looking good while doing it. And as you can see over here, the shock infantry of Byzantium. Unkillable. Unkillable. How many have they left? They have to give them a pay rise. The Emperor will. 72. Give those last 72 men a pay rise.
Our men run from the enemy. This is shameful.
But yeah, still not, I mean, we are seeing units break here, Scooter Toy being broken. I think they put Vigil on the walls as well here. I mean, that's not a bad idea. But yeah, we are starting to bleed them dry a little bit on infantry. They have 1,700, we have 3,800. The wall's still being very much contested for. Seeing some Venetian infantry as well also land over here. If we can get artillery on this wall, not artillery, infantry on that wall, that would help. Certainly archers. Then we can dominate the area around the walls.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied. Attack! Attack!
I've also, bizarrely, for some reason, during like halfway through this replay, just decided to get hiccups. My body's just like, now is the time, Pope, to get hiccups. So I'll try my best to survive. But yeah, if you randomly hear hiccups, it's not your mind. It's not you going mad, little Timmy. It's just me hiccuping. Here we go, artillery coming in. Oh! I knew someone was going to hit. And those poor guys did not see it coming. They got burnt alive to a crisp. We also have pikes coming in here. I mean, this is our only pike unit left. We have to treat it wisely. And that's not how you got to use it. I was getting so pissed. They're also getting gunned down by crossbows right now. The crossbows actually have a really good angle. They're just chilling back there. The pikes actually like showing themselves, revealing themselves, getting hit hard by crossbows. And these Baker Guild pikemen, even though they're stronger pikes, like heavier pikes, bizarrely, even though they have no shield, being beaten back.
Men are broken and running for their lives.
We are actually capturing the tower as well, which is always good. Even if it means we have to sacrifice infantry, take the towers, take the gate in fact, and we can then rush our cav in that way. It's another like choke point that they have to defend with pikes. Not one they can really like afford to defend at the moment. And we've got a sword fight over here. Got Spadaccini. One of my favourite words, I think, in 1212. Spadaccini. And they're fighting the Scutatoi. Really like the cone hats that they've got going on. And we've got Amuni de Arm here, they're holding on. They're kind of getting surrounded a little bit. They've got like Anatolians flanking them on both sides. But yeah, and they're about to land another unit actually. They're going to land some axe. They're going to land some axe sergeants. And they've taken the gate. The gate has actually been taken. It's cost them a bunch of infantry. Like this unit of immediate arm here has like lost a load of men. But they have killed a load of pikes here. I mean, the towers fall down and kill everything around the gates at the bottom and on top. So they killed the Vigiler. But they did lose a lot of their own swords. But it does now mean that there is a way in for the cav. I mean, the pikes have to defend the bottom, but the crossbows are going to make short work of them. They're now on the walls. They can't get it up easily onto the walls. Can the enemy? So the pikes and the crossbows will deal with them. And finally, and I mean finally, it's come down to the Venetians. But they're going to kill the Varangians. And these Varangians must have racked up kills. Racked them up. We got Cav coming forward here. These Cosores, they're a medium shock Cav. I think they're coming for all the archers because the archers are just kind of chilling out. They're like, yeah, screw it. We'll get some easy archer kills, but no, here we go. Artillery shot. Oh, it fell short. Actually wide. It hit the wall. Bizarrely, there's like a couple of crossbows in here though. I'm not quite sure how they've managed to get in here, but they have. So yes, that's a strange one. So yeah, a couple of crossbows have gone in. That's very bizarre. But yeah, now we've got look at all the crossbows now manning this wall. I mean, they can just cut down anything they want. They got cav here, they got pikes here. Sure they want. I mean, the Byzantine player's done the smart thing, and he's retreated his fire throwers as far away as possible. He's like, nah, I'm not having any of those troops there. But now we've got the Varangians off the wall. We can now bring down our knights, and we can now fight the Byzantines on the ground, and we are finally off the walls. And it's knights now against Vigiler. Not a fight that the Vigiler really won. I love the officer for the Byzantines. I'll see if I can zoom in on him a bit more, but yeah, like, he looks amazing. Look at that guy. I mean, his uniform. The officers do look like the most glorious units in like 1212. For like most factions, they just have the most ornate armor. It's a shame you can't like have a unit just of all officers. Sometimes they would be amazing. But yeah, look at this. Crossbows right above the pike line. And we're actually seeing a few Immunity to Arm here actually get off the wall and fight them. I'm not quite sure how they managed that. I don't know if they can get off these ones here. I think they have to get off this tower spot here. But I mean, the Vigilant are losing. This will be only a matter of time. Over here in this choke point, which we made our own choke point here, obviously with the artillery. It's not being contested. We just don't want to fight it. We're like, you know what? Screw it. We'll just shoot you with our crossbows, which we have now got plenty of Venetian crossbows up here. Over on this far side as well, Axe Sergeants getting involved here. They should help clear up the Anatolians. I mean, once we've taken the Anatolians off these walls, we can then get off the walls here as well, where these gates are. I mean, you just need to be careful because actually there's no other ways off. So I don't know if this is really a great gate to assault, because once you like take it, and if your men are stuck on the wall, like on the wall fighting, they could get stuck there. I think maybe, I don't know. I'd hope not. I hope CA wouldn't make that mistake where just like if you're defending Constantinople, the men will be stuck on the wall, and then you can also go up and deal with, like, if you put archers on the wall, you can then like you'd have to retreat until you're out of range, because you can send troops to go and clear out the archers. But here you go, plenty of Venetian infantry now off. We also have the cav going through here. I think we just had a brave cav unit actually just charge the pikes, and it's such a small pike unit that they just broke straight away. We also have Nex over here. They're tying down the medium shock cav, which is the main aim. And now we've got to get this general. We also are hunting down the fire throwers as well, because we like one cav charge from them on the fire throwers and we kill them instantly. But the pikes are starting to lose here as well, which is the most important thing. So we're assaulting here with spear sergeants, and it also looks like maybe some spears of Venice. Yeah, some Taglieri di Verona. Di Ventura, in fact, not Verona. Ventura. The next here, they are losing. No surprise, it's a little weak unit up against a very elite and a very healthy general. We have Sol Dritta here. They're going in against the general now. It's now their time to challenge. I guess you could say this is the Emperor, the Byzantine Emperor. He was in reality, he was assassinated, and in this scenario, he's going to be fighting on. He's going to fight for his walls, his city, his people, his empire. He's also getting shot by crossbows, though. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Yeah, the cav here broke him. We've got Immunity to Arm trying to get in. We need more Crusader cav in here to try and kill this cav unit off, because right now it's running riot. It's going to kill these archers here. Just cut these guys down. Kill them all, boys. We've got pole arms in here. They're going to try and scare off the cav, which is always a good idea. I mean, I'm trying to get the Count of Flanders in, but the pathfinding always wanted to just take me through this choke point. It was very frustrating. But here we go. Count of Flanders getting inside by the looks of it. Here you go. Get inside. Kill some boys. But here we go. Yeah, breaking pikes now. This is not a good sign. Spear's been broken here. And now we've finally broken through this choke point. And we can support our cav in the fight here, which is always going to be important. And they're now about to get charged here. The general's like, screw it, I'm going to milk kills. And at this point, I'm trying to chase down the general with my own gen.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
And he keeps running away, which just costs some men. Like, you can see this unit is just going to like slowly tick down a men. It's already at 26, 25. Like, just the stragglers just get killed. And it's just a bit of a waste. And now you can see with the Doge's bodyguard here. He's going to go in. He's going to tie down the general again. And now there's no escape for the Byzantine general. The Doge is here to kill them. Yeah, we actually have the walls. Yeah, I think this infantry can't get off the walls now. It's a bit silly. But yeah, there you go. General, I think, is dead. And now we've got to take out the fire throwers, who are already wavering. And here we go. Oh, and we didn't even get to charge them. But yes, they broke just instantly like that. And we have a Pyrrhic victory for the Count of Flanders and its allies. And we'll quickly end the replay and have a look at the end results. Like I said, I was playing as the County of Flanders. My general getting 202 kills. My spear sergeant is actually getting 127 kills, is pretty good. Dismounted Nex, 175, the best one there. Another one getting 155 is very good. Cav getting 436 kills. I mean, that did really well, that one. This one got 164, which is also pretty good. My shot getting 135. I do apologize. My hiccups are now out of control, it seems. We have Sir Andrew William playing as the Republic of Venice. Not getting too many kills because he didn't obviously take part in too much of the fighting, but his crossbow is getting 137 kills, 100 kills for his swords here, and his polearm's getting 92 kills. But that is kind of it. Sachek's playing as the Kingdom of France, getting 430 kills with a shock infantry unit, 236 with his spear routiers. His swords getting 141. His archers, or his sergeant at arms, in fact, getting 186. Archers and crossbows getting 226, the best one here. Cav, 241. 889 kills with a Cav unit. Oh my gosh. Insane. Well done, Sacheks. Then we have Jakku playing as the Empire of Nicaea. 204 kills with the Anglo-Varangioi. His Skutoy Spears, 90 kills. Pike, 61. I believe he was one of the Saliao armies. 83 kills with the Vada Totoi. 121 kills with the Javis. And the Cav, yeah, not really that many kills here. That's a bit of a shame. Then we have Mythic, who was the defending army. He was actually inside the city. He got his 168 kills with his general. 271 kills with his Anglo-Varangioi. His swords, 73. His archers, 92. Crossbows, 125. And sadly, those fire throwers, 0 kills. Then we have Corrupted Master playing as the other Saliao army. Oh my gosh, these goddamn hiccups. 140 kills with the Anglo-Varangioi. And then we have, yeah, like 53 kills here. I mean, Skutoi's sword's getting mowed down by Sachek's Cav. He did really well with the Cav, just killing off so much infantry here. And yeah, like his Cav, 50 kills with a Javi Cav is the best here. Yeah, Corrupted not having the greatest of games this time, but it happens to us all. But there you go. The 1204 Siege of Constantinople goes like history. The Crusaders are victorious. They can now set up the Latin Empire, and they can get rid of the Byzantines, and they will have to come back. Well, the Byzantines, and reclaim their capital. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go and recover from these hiccups. I hope you guys enjoyed. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're on here, and a comment to show your support. Feel free as well to hit the notification bell and join the Discord. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.